In boy world, Halloween is when children dress up in costumes and beg for candy. In girl world, Halloween is the one night a year when a girl can dress like a total slut and no other girls can say anything about it. The hardcore girls just wear lingerie and some form of animal ears.
Doesn't she look great? I'm sexy, I'm cute, I'm popular to boot. I'm bitchin', great hair, the boys all love to stare. I'm wanted, I'm hot, I'm everything you're not. I'm pretty, I'm cool, I dominate this school. Who am I? Just guess. Guys wanna touch my chest. I'm rockin', I smile, and many think I'm vile. I'm flying, I jump, you can look but don't you hump. Woo, I'm major, I roar, I swear I'm not a whore. We cheer and we lead, we act like we're on speed. Hate us 'cause we're beautiful, well we don't like you either. We're cheerleaders, we are cheerleaders.
No one's big like Gaston, fucking big like Gaston. No one's got us well cleft in his chin like Gaston.
As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating.
I want a guy like Gaston. If 5 hurrahs, he will get this.
Gaston is the best and the rest is all the rest.
Like Gaston does his life like Gaston.
A wrestling match, nobody fights like Gaston.
For there's no one as burly and brawny.
As you see, I've got biceps to spare.
Not a bit of him scraggly or scrawny.
That's right. And every last inch of me's covered with hair.
I got a surprise for you.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Sandy! Danny? What are you doing here? I thought you were going back to Australia.
We had a change of plans.
I can't... Well, that's cool, baby. I mean, you know how it is. Rockin' and rollin' and whatnot.
Danny?
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with me, baby? What's the matter with you?
Shout out adjectives you associate with men. Describe the ideal man.
Muscle.
Strong, buff, smart.
Beard.
Dirty.
Now do the same thing for women. Describe the perfect woman.
Feminine. Petite. Small. Pretty. Housewife.
Fabulous.
There are certain things that we associate with being either masculine or feminine. And for things like colors or styles of hair or clothing, this seems harmless. But a study conducted by Princeton University demonstrates that in reality, the extent of these associations is much further and has a much heavier impact than it seems. The study shows how we associate certain adjectives and attributes with being either masculine or feminine. This creates set rules and ideas in our minds which contribute to gender roles and stereotypes. These influence how people think, speak, and interact with others on a daily basis.
So you've got this guy code, but what is it? Where does it come from? Well, any influence that you can think of is a part of that code, whether it's your family, the media, the world around us, the institutions that we participate in, the institutions that we avoid. All of the things that are an influence in your life feed into this idea of code, both good and bad, things that we're supposed to do, not supposed to do, be or not be. All of that's being fed in. And it's coming into us, I believe, from birth.
Which doll likes to clean the house?
This one.
Who takes care of the babies?
This one.
Who goes to work?
This one.
Is your favorite teacher a boy or a girl?
A girl.
How would you feel if a girl came to school in boy clothes?
I wouldn't say anything, but it would. In my head, I would think it was weird.
What about if a boy came to school in a dress or had makeup on or his nails painted?
I would say the same thing. I would say things that would be rude, but it'd be awkward.
Then there's also a 14-year-old boy who was punished for wearing makeup. He's an 8th grader. His name is Chris Martin. He decided to wear eyeliner, eyeshadow, and lipstick to his last day of school, but administrators told him that he needed to wash the makeup off because it would be distracting to other students.
Growing up in the 80s and 90s, I watched Bill Cosby on television. He was a successful actor and TV dad. And I have to admit that I really looked up to him. I imagined that when I became a father, I'd be the kind of dad that he was. I'd be tough when I needed to be tough, kind when I needed to be kind, and I'd bring a sense of levity and humor into every situation that I entered.
When I was in middle school, it was kind of looked upon as kind of girlish to be part of chorus, but I liked singing. I really enjoyed it, and that led to me being in theater. And again, I thought that there were preconceived identities for people who joined theater, but it was what I enjoyed doing, and it led to so many amazing things. I endured the name calling, I endured being picked on because I was part of chorus and because I was part of theater. But honestly, in the end, I was doing what I was enjoying.
The Global Gender Gap Report provides a tool for tracking gender equality over time. The index looks at 4 different categories. On health, we look at the sex ratio at birth and the gender gap on the years lost to disease and disability. On education, we're trying to understand literacy gaps as well as primary, secondary, and tertiary enrollment. On economic participation, we want to understand how many women versus men are making it into the labor force. On political empowerment, we look at the gender gap in parliament, amongst ministers, and in the executive role. In 2015, we're covering 145 countries, and not a single one of them has closed the gender gap. Iceland is at number 1, followed by Norway, Finland, and Sweden, all of whom have closed over 80% of the gender gap. Ireland pulls into the 5th spot. Rwanda moves to 6th place and becomes the highest-ranking African economy. Philippines, at number 7, becomes the highest-ranking Asian economy, and one of only 2 developing countries in the top 10. The US drops to 28th place, while the UK pulls back into the top 20. South Africa is the highest ranking of the BRICS in 17th place. Japan is at 101. In the Arab world, Kuwait is the highest ranking economy at 117, followed by the United Arab Emirates at 119. This is the 10th edition of the report, so we have a decade worth of data to tell us whether the world is making progress. Out of the 109 countries that we've been covering since 2006, 94% have made progress.
second.
And David third.
I'm like a big bear, and he's my little cub. This little guy is nonstop. He's always want to hang out with his friend. Gotta be prepared to sit at the edge of your seat and be ready to get up. There's no deep couch sitting. It's definitely not good for my back. This is the part I really don't like right here. What's that? It's a Swiffer wet jet. It almost feels like it's moving itself. This is kind of fun. That comes from my floor? Ugh. This is deep couch sitting.
Deep couch